Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about some really interesting updates coming to your device really soon. Now I know iOS 26 has actually been kind of slow since it was released, especially with the latest iOS 26.3, which doesn't bring actually any new features or changes to your device, and it's still on beta, and it's on beta 2, and it has been on beta for over a month now, but it looks like things are heating up and we're getting some really amazing updates to iOS 26 really soon. Now before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the videos and you want to see more of them, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It will really help the channel a lot. Now, as I said, iOS 26.3 will probably be released very soon, but it doesn't bring any big features or changes to your device. But the big update, as we have also talked before, is iOS 26.4. And here we have the latest report by Mark Gurman, who is our very trusted source when it comes to Apple related stuff. And according to him, a new Siri is coming on iOS 26.4. Now there is also something big new coming to iOS 27, but we're going to talk about that in a minute here, because iOS 26.4 is of course closer to the release and it should be out sometime in spring, probably late March, sometime like that. Usually is the time when Apple releases the 0.4 updates. So there will be the new Siri that we actually have been waiting for a really long time. Now, if you remember back at WWDC 2024, when Apple introduced Apple Intelligence, they talked about this new Siri, the overhauled Siri that will be more personalized. It will be able to just make actions within apps and third-party apps as well. Basically, that new Siri is now confirmed coming to the new iOS 26.4. But the big change that will make Siri totally different from what is today on our iPhones is of course the new one that is coming with iOS 27. So both 26.4 and iOS 27 are getting big updates to Siri. Both of them of course are separate updates that will completely change the Siri how we know it today. So let's talk about here a bit more for iOS 26.4. So right here, Apple, you can see, plans to roll out iOS 26.4 and make Siri more compatible, impelling to the Apple Intelligence features that was first of all promised on iOS 18, as we talked about that. So basically you will be able to do a lot more with Siri. Now it will use Apple Intelligence features, be able to basically make actions within apps, also be more personalized, and just make Siri learn more about you and do things how you actually do on a daily basis. Now the big change that is coming to Siri with iOS 27 will make it totally different. So here we have this report again by Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, and you can see right here, this is again the article on that on Mac Rumors. And basically what Apple is doing is that they're planning to turn Siri into a chat bot, just like Google's Gemini or the ChatGPT app from OpenAI. And you can see right here, they will introduce this with iOS 27, which will be introduced first at WWDC 2026, and we'll have to see if this update will make it on the first beta of iOS 27, because sometimes big updates like this might get pushed like furthermore, like for beta 3 or 4, but we'll have to wait and see basically what happens. Now Apple is testing the Siri Chat Bot as a standalone app, but it won't be offered as a standalone app on devices. Instead, it will be built directly into the Apple devices, just like Siri's right now, and you will basically use the same commands, the same buttons that you use Siri to invoke that chat bot. First of all, Apple didn't actually have the intent to make a chatbot, but as you can see in today's world, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, they basically have taken over. So Apple has changed their mind, and now Siri will be more compatible, no more will actually be able to do things within apps, and also then with iOS 27 it will be turned into a chatbot, just like you see right now with ChatGPT and Google's Gemini. And also, according to this report, this new basically Siri Chat Bot will be able to view the open windows as it works. Also, it will be the same on Mac, iPad, and iPhone as well. And basically will be able to know the on-screen content as well as adjust the device's features and settings. Siri will integrate into all the apps on Apple devices, of course, like photos, messages, music, TV, mail, and all that stuff. It will be able to have access and analyze all the data there, which is really awesome. So the chatbot, as you can see right here, will be more of an upgrade to the personalized Siri version, which is coming with iOS 26.4. Hopefully, finally, Apple will make the great move and just turn Siri into something really useful, because as you know, over the years a lot of iOS users have actually been very frustrated with Siri, as it basically is really far behind the new like Gemini and ChatGPT and all that stuff. It doesn't even compare the way it is. Hopefully with these updates it will basically turn it into something actually useful. So when can we expect these updates? What will happen? Well, first of all, we have to just have iOS 26.3 released. It is not released yet. It's been on beta since December. It's over a month now that it has been on beta. It's currently only on the second beta, and we expected a third or the RC to be released this week. It didn't happen until today. It might happen today. Hopefully they will release the RC version and then just move on and release the public version early next week alongside the new Apple's Creator Studio. That might happen, but it might not. We'll have to wait and see for that. But there's also a chance that they will release the RC on Monday the 26th and then release it to the public on the 28th, which is the same day that they're also releasing the Apple's Creator Studio. And then on early February, I would expect the first week of February to be the time that Apple releases the first beta of iOS 26.4. Now, being that it will include the new Siri and probably a ton more new features, it will probably go through like at least 5 beta stages. That's what I would expect, and if it does that, then I would expect it to last until like middle of the March, sometime here, most likely sometime on the week of the 16th of March. We should see the RC, and then probably the release somewhere right here on the last week of March. If that happens, most likely will be the 23rd or 24th of March, but expect iOS 26.4 most likely to be released on the second part of March right here. Now, as far as iOS 27 goes, again, usually Apple will actually hold their conference, the WWDC 2026, most likely will be the second week of June, and that would be right here, the 8th of June. It usually, basically every time it's a Monday, so that will most likely be the case this year as well. Now, of course, there is a very high chance that we're getting this new Siri chatbot on the first beta, but if that doesn't happen, most likely it will be released then on the second or the third beta. But being that it will probably be one of the biggest features of iOS 27, I would expect it to be on the first beta, because as we have heard until now, iOS 27 will mostly be focused on quality and improvements on battery life and performance and all that. So this will probably be one of its best features, so it will most likely be released with the first beta. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Some really cool new features are coming to your iOS device, so stay tuned, subscribe for more videos and more info on all these cool new features that are coming for our devices. And thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and I'll see you on the next one.